What the fuck am I doing? Okay. Before anyone asks, I suddenly got the random motivation. This is concerning. Why the fuck would bro call me that late? Okay, so what we're doing is I got myself to that's the wrong thing. I got myself to kickstart on an animation that I'm gonna work on. I also worked on the Eclipse and Puppet Show animations. Started working on one, then immediately abandoned it. How do I have one like but no viewers? How is that even possible? Okay. Prism being funny. So what this is gonna be about is just the parallels about Solar dying and spoiler alert for the new episode here. And just the parallels to that and to the other thing that I'm not gonna say out loud obviously, but it's gonna be a parallel. And I'm gonna get copyrighted for this one for so much. But I thought this was a really cool idea. I had this idea and I was like, why not put it into reality, because it's all I can do. Now I have to figure out a design for Nexus, okay? One thing I will tell you guys is I've never had a Nexus design, okay? I didn't bother enough to draw this dude after his villain arc because I was never caught up. So bro never got really a villain arc for me. Never really cared enough, I guess. Oh, what's the size I'm supposed to... Why did I still have that size? Hold up, I need to figure out my animation sizes. I have not used, like, normal IBIS in a while, as you can probably tell. I might have moved on to using different apps for my stuff recently, so it's not really been used. 3000 by 200. Okay, 1000. Why did I have such a high resolution for that one? That one would crash. Where's the less resolutionized animations of mine? Yes, I don't know for shits what my own resolution sizes are. Okay, so it's 2000. So this one was 2000 by 1300. That one's logical. But I forgot which one I'm using recently. Like, legit, I cannot tell you. I will not remember. Also, July 16 animations. What was this one? This is one of the more recent ones. 3000 by 200. Okay, we're going with that one. Because I, for some reason, want to get myself fucked over so much. I suppose I can let it happen. This is not gonna work well. I give up. Let's just do 3000 by 2000. That's the most logic one I have right now. Now, if I don't read chat, I apologize. My chat doesn't necessarily always work. So, the method I'm going to use for this one is my simple few layer tactic. Sure, never mind, I do have to get my reference window. Hopefully, I don't have anything in here that's weird. There we go. Because I forgot. So the way I placed this was very stupid. So I don't recall myself usually which one's what is for. I have not worked on a Nexus design, okay? I will tell you this. I did not think I would need the emo OC phase dude on my animations. I genuinely didn't think I would. But here I am. Why is my phone, like, so... It's a bit laggy. I want to give him a potentially good villain design, okay? At least make him go up with the bang. because I have not drawn this dude like ever. The only time I've drawn this dude is post-villain arc, and that's it. This dude didn't get enough screen time from me, and will probably not. I'm not gonna say my opinion on Nexus because people wouldn't really like me for it. So I respectfully keep it to myself. Of course, people in other servers have seen my opinion, so don't care. Yes, I don't know how to draw body proportions. Can you sue me for it? Legally, no. And while I'm at this, I really want to formally apologize for disappearing off the face of the planet. So, I was gonna stream here more, but something came up that I cannot talk about, and which led me to kind of isolate a bit for at least I don't know, when was my last stream? Sometime around the launch of Pocket Pixel, which is now called Hunting something because of Halloween, I'm pretty sure. So that was like half a month ago, and 2 months ago is when I posted the announcement. I didn't realize, and after that I kind of like went dead. Now, do understand, I have been working on these animatics, I just haven't gotten myself to finish them, which equally is kind of the problem of why I don't have content. I will get something out there, I promise. I just don't exactly know what. Because I've had these very cool motivations for these animatics and then lost the motivations for it because I got distracted, people IRL distracted me from it, and then I couldn't do it anymore. And that was very frustrating for me because I really wanted to bring out some animatics to have my channel be alive, and then that happened. I want to give this emo boy some decent looking design. Yes, I will call him emo boy, whatever you want of me. I'm gonna ignore that Hungarian server and probably quit it because some random dude from that server actually DM'd me for no freaking reason and just started hating on me for no reason. Hating, not hitting, by the way. Was weird. Definitely something I wasn't used to. I'm gonna make him go out with a bang, so I'm gonna make his little hat look like very poofy. I haven't really drawn poofy hats ever. So it's very fun to do. Now the idea to give him a poofy hat actually is because I've seen one of my friends draw Nexus recently. And I was like, this is like drawing slaps, and I wanted to when I had the it was like I have to give him like a poofy hat. That's what I'm gonna do. Well, sort of poofy, I guess. As far as poofy can fit my style, you know. So the reason my style's been very different recently is because I kind of want to. I had different styles, okay, and a lot of these styles were inspired by stuff I admired to look at, but you know, everyone changes. My style originally was like more anime, and then like cool Sonimusho cartoon artists and just cartoon artists in general, and then cartoon looked very fun, and I lost my anime style to become cartoony, lost the anime principles, and learned how to do cartoon. So that's how I'm kind of in this thing now. Yes, I'm gonna give him preppy eyelashes. Can you sue me for it? Absolutely not. I just want to give him the eyelashes, okay? Give me the benefit of doubt of making him preppy once. No, I will not feminize. It mixes for the clarity of it. I think gender bends are pretty stupid. That's another opinion I might get hate for, but I just don't see the point of them. I just don't see the overall idea of why people like gender bends. Probably will never. Now for the animatic, I might just do the nose style because I have kind of neglected giving them noses ever since my style has adapted to others, and they've been noseless. Now, what I do want to talk about is the crazy lore of the Samoja, though. Like, everything's been so crazy lately. Like, someone who's been part of the Samoja lore from the beginning, it is crazy how much happened, okay? So much crazy lore. Never expected it, okay? I was a kid who originally thought the Sun and Moon show was a clickbait thing. I was really into Sun and Moon stuff at the time and was like, there's no way someone made a Sun and Moon channel. If they did, I would have been so happy. And I was like, I ignored it for like 2 to 3 months. And then like one day I was like, why not? And then gave it a chance. And it turned out to be real. I was like so hyped about it and started watching it and it was very fun. I've been watching it ever since. Sure, I'm a bit behind. I was 1 month behind, caught up a bit, and now I'm 2 months behind. It's very hard catching up, okay? And of course, what I'm now gonna do is I'm gonna do a similar method some of my friends do, is not catch up, but watch along with the lore and catch up simultaneously. Now, why this will keep my motivation in check, I guess, more or less. I will admit my 1 week break is gonna end now. My motivation's probably gonna drop down the bin. I've been very demotivated since school started again. That has its own reasons that I will not get into because we are on YouTube. YouTube is a pretty sucky platform. I'm not saying the content creators are sucky. I'm saying YouTube is a sucky platform. Some stuff about YouTube is interesting and weird. But hey, everything has its upsets and downsides, right? Now, I personally had a lot of headcanons about Moon, or well, Nexus, personally, that I will not address, but I had a lot of them prior to this, and yeah. Me and a friend were actually like, a friend was discussing a few days ago how Dark Sun was a villain, or an anti-villain, or like anti-hero stuff type of thing, and I was like, and I mean, they ended up sorta correct. I mean, not the most accurate you would get, but I definitely would think they got close to what it actually is, what Dark Sun actually is. Now, Dark Sun's lore is very interesting, in my opinion. At the time, I was sort of catching up when Dark Sun was introduced. I wasn't around when he was introduced. I was sort of catching up. So, the idea of Dark Sun was interesting. To me, personally, I think we're getting too many Eclipse versions. That's literally all my opinion is. All Moon versions are technically a version of Eclipse, because Eclipse is a version of Moon, just different, left behind, abandoned because of a Moon's choice, or without a choice, just being left behind as a safety measure protocol, or just wanting to have it gone, and which usually ends up in eclipses forming. And eclipses usually are evil, unless you will have something like solar, which is nicer, I guess. Now, for Nexus, I really don't wish to draw the animatronic arms per se, so I'm gonna give him the benefit of doubt of being the only character that I give sleeves for the canon design. Now, one thing you may notice about my designs, they have sleeves, but not when I draw them in animations. This is actually a pretty good reason, is because sleeves are a pain to animate. That's a personal opinion, by the way. I don't expect anyone to relate to it or understand it. I'm just saying a personal opinion here. I think they're a pain to animate and like haven't been very helpful for me personally. I don't want to have to animate something that I can't animate a lot because it's very stupid to animate. So naturally, I would avoid animating anything that is stupid to animate and just leave it for a different day. So now that I've been sort of catching up, I will definitely say this. I'm gonna get back into Sun and Moon when I can. I'm definitely never quitting this fandom, okay? I know a lot of Sun and Moon YouTubers said it, but I am promising this as much as I can. I will not quit this fandom. This fandom is gonna die at some point. I'm not quitting it. If this fandom dies, the problem with this it is gonna be that once it dies, it's gonna be like the Funtime Foxy and like Glamrock Chica show, which is sad. I really love that show. It's sad many people didn't. And even if that happens, I'm still sticking around for the rest of it. Just probably not gonna have many people by the side. Because if the hype dies down for everything at some point, which is kind of sad, but it's just the sad reality of the internet. So when the hype for the Sun and Moon dies down, I'm gonna stand there. So me having no motivation to animate will definitely not mean I will end this. Me having to worry about a lot of studies recently is not gonna discourage me from watching Sun and Moon. I want everyone to understand that I'm not quitting Sun and Moon because someone's telling me to do so. That is not how I work. I will not quit watching Sun and Moon for the clarity of this just because someone tells me or anything. Because in my opinion, that's not how that works. I have a say in this, and my say in this is I'm not gonna quit it. And I'm gonna try to keep myself to that because I clearly don't want to leave the fandom, as I've been very, dedicated to it, and I had no fallouts with it. I had breaks, but who hasn't? I had breaks mainly from YouTube, not from Sun and Moon Show. When I did, that was mostly study indulgent. Studying can be a pain, and sometimes that means you're gonna be banned off Sun and Moon Show by all means, even if I myself didn't set that boundary. It still happened at some point. As I was 8 months behind and up in the span of a few days, was very productive. Now it's just a lot of art block, which it has been affecting my interests, but it hasn't as much as anything else before. Although, I don't want people to hold this against me. I've been binge watching series, or trying to. Me binge watching other series doesn't mean they're more interesting or find them more interesting than Sun and Moon Show. It just means that I have multiple interests and my whole life doesn't revolve around Sun and Moon Show, and I can watch whatever I want. So I'd like to put this out there before anyone says that. Obviously, I'm gonna watch other shows. Like, I can't be only watching Sun and Moon show because that's no personality. Sorry if I dissed anyone with that. I just don't find myself not watching any other shows while being behind something. I will naturally catch up to Sun and Moon eventually, which won't take me that long if I keep up in a decent pace. However, you gotta give me my patience with that. The only reason I'm yapping about this is because I need to find something to yap about to keep drawing. If I don't have anything to yap about, I will inevitably forget about this project and don't touch it again. Now, I have been getting progressively a lot more breaks, which is healthy, but also decompromising as it is not productive. Now, I am very sad with myself for not being productive, but I have been needing the breaks, so I've been trying to live them out a bit. It also means so far no spoiler content that I've animated for the Twice stuff on place. Like I said before, I have really no reason to animate for my series, as long as I don't have it in stone that I will be able to even fulfill it. We have successfully gotten one voice actor who's willing to who might take up multiple, voices. Aside from that, we have our obvious voice actor, Astrostar, who contributed to some characters with, it's sheer contribution. They contributed with their own characters, and we've made characters together. Now, I will definitely rethink some of the couples in the series because I do not find it appropriate how everything is being shipped with characters made by Astrodo. So that was definitely something I have to think about, which might potentially take me a bit because I don't know how to think this over. Because there was a lot of uncanon ships that I used to indulge in and then made art for. And then they're kind of just thrown off the drain right now, as this is kind of a thing with Astra now. I will respectfully talk this over with Astra once I get the chance. We have talked about it a tiny bit, addressing it. Not much, but we have definitely talked about said issue. So I will definitely be adjusting some stuff in the lore. I might not take out any of them at the moment because some of the ships are solid. I think I'm not going to make 2 solid ships because I want to give people the ground to be able to ship them, like the characters, as they were previously before. Now, I admit cross-shipping my character with a FNAF character was really a stupid idea back in the days, but that's what people decided on, I guess. And that's not gonna happen anymore. Cross-shipping is not gonna happen no more. It used to happen because I used to use a star as my persona for a bit. A bit is a bit under-exaggerated, as Star was my persona for nearly a year. I really like Star, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of difficult to like your character when someone keeps constantly simping for them, or when your character loses their key personality point, which was being innocent, and then they turned into a more serious thing, and then I don't see the point in it, the character, that I originally saw. Which is why Star is no longer a self-insert of mine. That's why we have Vexo and Neo, of course. Neo. People still don't know to this day who Neo is. It's basically the self-insert I've used ever since I had a channel. My Gotcha OC on my channel has always been the same thing. The only thing that changed about it was a slight color change because it went from purple to not liking purple to liking purple. The only slight change would have turned to like a bluish purple. Not violet. I am literally talking about this grayish type of color. Lilac, I think. Sort of more lilac, but also not really. And the hair. That's literally the only change that changed about it in the past years. Because people say pick a mascot and then stick with it. That's what I'm doing. And I think I'm doing a great job at it. You can tell, like, I might not be doing the best with it, but I think you can tell that I have not had much of a desire to change my character, except like Vexo. Like, I'm content with my characters. Just don't feel like constantly being one. One I will probably never outgrow is the one that I've had the longest. However, I did have a phase of kinda hating it. That was for personal reasons that I shall not address on this channel, though. That out of the way. I have been considering bringing back my own FNAF Daycare Attendant series comic thing, as that has been a thing of the past that people enjoyed about my channel. Most popular one was the one that actually was a continuation of the story from Super Booper, but there was also one that I made myself, which was pretty decent. I'd say people liked it. Most people still came to my channel for the Super Booper continuation content. I will tell you, my art was terrible, but I still did that. And people came mostly for that, not for my own content. But yeah, I might be bringing back my Sun and Moon AUs, which means might be more soulless content. More of my FNAF OCs included, because my FNAF OCs actually come from that project. My pre-existent state Eclipse, made before Eclipse was canon in FNAF, actually comes from that Daycare Attendant series. Dude, I'm pretty sure I called them Star Drop. I didn't want to call them Eclipse at the time because I already had an Eclipse, which sort of looked similar to Sun Moon Show Eclipse, I guess. We also had a Solar, which was pretty cool, from design. And we had Cosmos, which didn't really look the part as I planned them, so I planned a character, drew them, and then I couldn't do them exactly the same in a gacha, but lacking the art skills, I decided to just go with it, and then instead of them having the planetary pants, it just turned into striped pants. So I'm definitely thinking about bringing it back. I won't give no promises though, as I know there's simps out there that would be very delighted to see more of them. Especially Ash, because I know for a fact that Ash simps a lot for Solus. Like, immensely amounts, okay? Immensely simps for Solus and Imposter Aster for some reason. I still don't know how you can simp for Imposter Aster, but I'll give it up to you. I guess it's just the swapped aesthetic aspect of a bean. It's just, I guess, attractive? Not sure. It just exists.